everyone, how are you doing? Happy New Year! Today is the first video of 2026 and I thought it would be pretty fitting to introduce a new project for the new year. And today we're going to be introducing my Pan That palette of 2026, which I'm super excited about because one of my favorite project panners, Sophie Alexandra, is panning this exact same palette this year. And so it would be kind of fun to just encourage each other and also get some inspiration to finally pan this palette. And the palette that I'm talking about is the Mercury Retrograde palette. This is what this palette looks like on the outside. Her face, Huda's face. I have two pans in this palette as well. One is the shade Ultraviolet over there, and then the other one is Super Moon, which is this more shifty, champagne-y, icy shade. And yeah, so I guess we can just quickly talk about why I decided to pan this palette this year and maybe why I haven't really gotten too much progress on it before. I have had an emotional attachment to this palette, which I know is kind of dumb because it's makeup, but this was, I believe, my first high-end palette purchase, but also the color story was so unique and I didn't have anything like it in my collection. But I've had this palette for around 4 years now, and I believe I got this palette for around half off because it was being discontinued on Sephora. But this palette was just really pretty, and it still is. It's absolutely gorgeous, but I think I'm ready to let this go and get some use out of it. The shades that I'm wearing right now on my eyes are Haze, which is this green over the lid and even to accentuate the wing. And then I'm wearing Super Moon on the inner corner, the lower lash line, and my lid, as well as using Karma and Crash, which is this more peachy tanny shade, and this more taupey shade as a base, so you can't really see that anymore. And then lastly, I'll hold this a little better if I can, is the shade Gold Glitch, which I used on the lid. Actually, I can put a little bit more on. It's a very pretty shade. Also, this look was actually something I just did that was inspired by my friend Judy. She created a very similar look to this using some Flower Nose products, I believe, in the newest collection. But anyway, that's kind of the inspo for my look today. And going back to this palette, the age has just gone up in the formula. The formula is still pretty good, but I am realizing that some of the shades are drying out a bit. And also, as you guys can see here, my clasp has broken on the front, so it doesn't even close properly. And this hinge is completely falling apart, and this will probably be in 2 pieces by the end of the year. This is just a super stunning palette, and I'm so excited to start using it more this year and just give it the love that it deserves, I guess. Let's set some goals for this month. I would love to reach for every shade in this palette at least 5 times every month. I'm gonna try my best to keep track of uses because I'm usually really bad at that. And then I think I'm the closest to hitting pan in Nebula and maybe in Frazzle, just because there is a little bit of a dip in usage. Maybe Mercury also is kind of a bit of a dip, but this one I think I'm a little bit closer. And then for this shade, it's more of a crumbly shimmer shade. It's kind of drying out, even though this is my favorite shade in the palette, but I think that this would make it a little bit easier to hit pan on, and so for that reason, that's why I'm setting that goal. And we'll just see how far I get with this palette in the first month, because I'm still trying to learn how hard it is to use up this kind of product and how firm Huda's eyeshadows are. That's kind of it for this little introduction, but please let me know what you guys are using, what you guys are panning this year. Let's just encourage each other to make 2026 a better year when it comes to spending less and all those things, but also getting creative with our collections and using what we have to create beautiful, beautiful looks. I hope you guys have a wonderful day, have a blessed day, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!